So here we are back for the second part of the Maori bread. So I'm going to start with the usual, sanitising my hands, because who knows what I've been touching or where I've been since I last clocked in with you. Sprinkle a bit of that on there. Rub it in. Lift the jersey up a bit. Up the sleeves. Here we go. Okay, so the dough's risen to about that far off the pot, so it's actually more than double. This is actually a wide-based saucepan. So I'm just going to tip it out onto my lightly floured board. I'll tilt the camera down in a minute. Just help it out a bit. I don't want to be wearing it. At this stage the dough is, whilst it's a little bit wet, it actually isn't very sticky. See all the stretchiness of the yeast in it. Okay, I'm going to put that back over there, tilt the camera down just a bit so you can see that move into your, oh no, move this way, okay. And just get a bit of flour onto the top of it. And let's go. Let's move it up here. Okay, so this is not the recipe that you saw me making before. This is the second one that I've done. So the other one is in the oven cooking at the moment. I've had to do a bit of shuffle around with finding containers big enough. Once upon a time, I did used to have my mother-in-law's beautiful cast iron camp oven, and this is making me think, I hope I gave it back to her, because if I didn't, I do not know where it is, which would be terrible. Okay, they're very hard to get these days, and if you can find them in a second-hand shop, they're very expensive. So we're just going to punching out a bit of the air that's in there. See if I can bring the camera down even more without it dropping full stop, so that you can see it. I'll just try and lift this board up a bit too. There's a lot of air bubbles in there. Not a very good light. Anyway, let's go. So we're now doing the second part of the kneading with a little bit of flour on our hands so that it doesn't stick, and it's quite squelchy as you're breaking the bubbles. It's a real good day for making bread here because it's raining and a little bit cold. So I've got the fire going, so this dough's nice and warm because it's been rising down by the fire. Now you'll note before that this is basically only a 3-ingredient recipe. So you just need your yeast, 1 teaspoon, just 1 teaspoon. And you also need 6 to 7 cups of flour and a half a cup of sugar. And the only other ingredient in this is the water. Now you don't even have to use oil to grease your pan, that's fine. It's just that you've got a messier dish, you know, your rising bowl or your pot like me, you've got that to contend with, which is a bit of a yucky thing to clean. So if you use the oil, it actually comes out pretty clean like this. Okay, now I'm just going to get into this. And once again, you're going to knead it like you did this morning, but you don't have to spend quite as much time on it. Okay, it's still a bit sticky. This recipe must have been a bit sloppier than the other one that's in the oven. I've just realised I didn't time this very good either, because I should have done it in time for the other one to be getting out of the oven. Now I'm going to have to show you the finished product by photograph. I won't video the next part. Okay. And this is going to go back in the pot and it's going to rise for a second time, which will only take half the time that it took before. Now I'm not going to work on that too much more. I've got it to where I want it to be, and it's not 10 minutes, but the longer you work, the better it'll be. But I'm going to put that back in the pot now for its second rising, so it should be about another 20 minutes, maybe, yeah, about 20 minutes with the fire going. And I'll clock in next time just with a photograph of the finished product. Take care.